Imposter, we see the superior Spider-Man beating Mysterio, but suddenly when he grabs him, we see the Punisher angrier than ever chasing after him. You see, when the villain Dr. Octopus was dying, he called for Peter to visit him one last time, and using his technology managed to transfer his mind into Peter's body, becoming the hero known as the superior Spider-Man. As Peter tried to regain control of his own body, Otto began taking responsibility for the city's safety, using his intellect robots in a far more brutal approach to crime fighting. Meanwhile, other heroes slowly started to realize that Spider-Man had changed, though none of them yet understood why, and that's why now, this is my city, I protect it, for with great power, blah blah blah, etc. As Otto watches over the city, he realizes his robots are handling crime so efficiently that he becomes bored from having nothing left to do until he notices purple smoke coming from the bank. He swings toward the scene, shouting to the citizens not to be afraid because he's arrived. But as he lands, he realizes his spider sense isn't reacting. A swarm of monsters rushes him, yet when he looks up and spots the projectors, he understands they're only illusions, so he charges straight through them, and that's when he sees Mysterio standing in the smoke. He attacks him and starts shouting at him, while Mysterio says something about a man who told him to do it. Spider-Man gets sprayed, and as he tries to recover, Mysterio attempts to escape, but as he does, he tries to call someone until once again. Now, Quentin, where were we? Ah, yes, you're gonna beg for your life. He grabs him and starts smashing his helmet. But as he does, Spider-Man realizes that the man isn't Mysterio at all. He starts punching him and demands to know how he dares to impersonate one of the greatest villains on the planet. But before the man can answer, Spider-Man looks over and sees Frank trying to kill Mysterio's imposter. As he watches him, he realizes his spider sense didn't go off and figures the gas might have affected his senses. But before he can think further, the Punisher takes aim again. So Spider-Man quickly grabs the man and pulls him out of the line of fire. As Otto takes cover, he admits that he once had to deal with the Punisher back when he was a villain, admitting that he actually agrees with Frank's way of dealing with criminals. But that's when he notices the fake Mysterio trying to run away, as the man tells Spider-Man that none of this was supposed to happen, that the mysterious man who hired him said, "Superheroes don't kill their enemies." He uses a smoke bomb and escapes. Otto, trying not to blow his cover and knowing that Peter would do something about the Punisher and his methods, decides to attack him. They start insulting each other, but then the Punisher smiles, pulls out a device, and sets off dozens of flash grenades. Otto collapses, and the Punisher quickly plants his boot on his neck, telling Spider-Man that he's noticed something different about him in recent months, and warning him to change his ways before his anger consumes him, and before he ends up becoming just like him, pop his perfume. Otto gets up and notices Frank chasing the imposter, remembering that the imposter mentioned some mysterious man. Otto begins to think, and then sees the man making another call, so he traces the signal and decides to follow where it leads, and as he reaches the building, Hobgoblin attacks him, and as they fight, he tells Otto that he sold Mysterio's equipment and identity simply to make a profit, saying it would have been a waste to let such a persona disappear. That'll continue until Hobgoblin crashes, allowing Otto to capture him, but Hobgoblin only smiles and tells him he has two choices: stay here with him until the police arrive, or go save the imposter from the Punisher. Spider-Man saves the man, telling him to shut up and be brave for once. He then knocks him out with a punch and goes after Frank, who looks up and sees. Frank aims at him, telling him to walk away from this, but Spider-Man knocks the weapon out of his hands. And he shoots his webs and reflects on Frank's words, admitting the truth about the lines he's begun to cross in the way he deals with criminals, telling him, "That line was the only thing keeping me from killing you." Finally, the superior Spider-Man points a finger at him, telling Frank that he could have taken him down at any time. On the end, he simply warns Frank to stay out of his way, just as he'll stay out of Frank's as the Punisher watches him swing away. We see an entry from his journal, approving of this new Spider-Man, but noting that if he ever crosses the line too far, the Punisher will be waiting for him.